he's talking about, and that's when he's able to share facts randomly and very quickly from the top of his head in such a manner that makes you think, wow, he's a really intelligent man. But a friend of mine sat down and went through a 5-minute talk of his once, and in that 5 minutes he was able to make over 25 mistakes.
Charles Darwin went on an island by the name of Calotropis.
There is no such island as the Calotropis Islands anywhere. It was actually the Galapagos Islands that Darwin visited, where he found finches.
And there he found birds pecking at niches.
These finches do not peck at niches, as Nike says. They lived in separate ecological niches.
Depending upon the ecological niches they pecked, the beak kept on becoming long and short.
The differences Darwin observed between these finches were far more than simply beak length. They included differences in color, size, mating behavior, songs, and preferred food.
This observation was made in the same species, not in different species.
Darwin's observations of varying beaks were made on 14 different species of finches, not just one, as Dr. Knight claims. The beak length actually did not vary within the species.
Charles Darwin wrote a letter to his friend Thomas Thumbton.
All of Darwin's published correspondence is printed and even available electronically online, and it contains no record of anyone named Thomas Thrompton.
Charles Darwin himself said that there were missing links. He didn't agree with it.
Darwin admitted that there were missing links, but that does not mean he disagreed with his own theory. He simply predicted where the missing links would be found.
The reason is because that if you analyze the church was against science previously.
The church was never against science. Almost all the great European scientists of Galileo's time, including Galileo, were devout Christians. People like Newton, Copernicus, Kepler, Boyle, Linnaeus, Pascal were all committed believers in the Bible.
And you know the incident that they sentenced Galileo to death.
Galileo, a devout Catholic, was never sentenced to death. He was sentenced to life imprisonment on June 22nd, 1633, and then that sentence was commuted to house arrest. He died more than 8 years later on the evening of January 8th, 1642, of old age. Galileo believed that his theories fit with the Bible, and he wrote a book arguing this based on early interpretations of Christians like Augustine. Knight goes on to make the same false statement 2 more times, but let's only count it as one factual error.
So all the scientists, most of them, they support the theory because it went against the Bible, not because it was true.
Actually, most scientists did not support Darwin's theory for many years, and most of these same scientists revered the Bible. Basically, this account by Dr. Knight is a total fabrication. There's one thing about Zakir Naik